What's up, everyone? It's me, E-Man, and today we're back on Paper Mario Color Splash. What we're gonna be doing today is we're gonna be heading to Dark Blue Inn, and for some it may be hard for you to find out some areas, so I'm gonna explain it, and it's gonna be fairly simple for you to do. Anyway, we're gonna begin in just a few minutes. Okay, so we're gonna find the luggage toad. For that to happen, we're gonna need to get to the elevator. Basically, just paint the elevator and you'll be able to head to floor 2. Well, you're gonna need to go to floor 2, and I'm very sorry for the camera, it's very poor on light. I hate that. Let me see if this helps. This might not help us much, but we'll see how that goes. Then, as you get to this area, you're gonna need to find this luggage. Now, when it starts to move, this is when you're gonna need paint, because apparently paint can show invisible toads. Or not. This is where you find the toad. And now it's trying to look for room 201, but apparently there's no way it can. But, since the room is not here, what we're gonna need to do is press Y. Now, you may think it may need a card, but really what it needs to do is just cut this part off, and you'll be able to reveal something once it's completely cut. And all it does is reveal the door. You don't need any cards, so don't worry about it. Now, all you need to do is just head back to the toad luggage and talk to him, and he'll be able to find it. And there it is. Next one we're doing is room 203 Ghost. Once we head into the door, we're gonna find out that a shy guy has somehow taken it. We're not sure what the it is, and I won't reveal it to you until you actually play the game. Now, you might be wondering why you see for reason the fence is having issues, and I hate the camera on this thing, it's so poor. Okay, well, what we need to do is paint, and kaboom, we found a ghost. Now what you're gonna need to do is head back to floor 1. Once you head down there, you're gonna need to head to a door on the right, which I'll show you in a minute. So once we're at floor 1, we're gonna need to head over to the right side over here, not down the stairs, but over to the store. Once we're outside, we're gonna see a room of baddies on the other side of the hedge. You'll see this toad, for some reason, putting out bird seeds or something. And this is where the other enemies are, and this is where it is. We're gonna interfere and battle. So let us begin. Now you can take it out very simply if you want, but it's gonna take up your bit of paint. Unless you have painted cards. And after the conversation, they're gonna run. And whatever that dropped, we got it. Now all we do is head back to room 203. We give it to this ghost toad, and we can continue on with the third. But first, we need to quickly do everything else here. So we're gonna head to the second floor. I also forgot to mention that you're gonna have only a limited time, because after the third bell rings, it heads back to it takes you outside the world, and you're gonna have to start over again. So anyway, now that we're at 203, all we need to do is now hand it over to the toad. And now that I think about it, I'll probably just show you it, just for a little bit. Here you go. It's Yoshi. Who knew? I didn't know Yoshi was in the game. When you try to get on him, he's just gonna leave you. I don't know where he goes, but he goes somewhere. Okay, next floor. Now we're gonna head over to the third floor. And over here is where it's gonna be the messy toad, where this pretty much is the toad that has a problem with mattresses, which then he makes a mess, but we're gonna have to wait till 2 o'clock to do so. So this is why I'm gonna do it early, but first we gotta get rid of this little mouse. And let me see if I'm just gonna use this. Here we go. There we go. Let's get to some little experience points, and we can continue on. So room 301 is where you're gonna see some stuff happen, which was a complete mess. So now, when we head to a different room, things are gonna change. So we'll be back there in a couple of minutes. Anyway, over to room 302. In this room, this is where it's pretty much trying to the book ghost. The book ghost is pretty much where this ghost is trying to look for a tea recipe, and the toad that's using that is what it is, the tea recipe. Now this is where it's gonna come in handy. Now that we're finished here, at least on this room, now all we need to do is now head over to the first floor. There's gonna be a door, not by where the toads are, but somewhere on the further left. So we're gonna head down back to the first floor, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So we're gonna walk all the way over here to the left, and we're gonna find this door by the grandfather clock. Once we enter it, there's gonna be a little bit of paranormal activity. As you can see, tons of books fly around. Now what we need to do is just paint whatever is pulling that one. And as he's trying to look for the book, we found it. The tea recipe. This is where he's so happy. And there we go. Also, if you're wondering what this book is, it's called The Internet, Print Edition. I'm not sure why it's called that, but I guess it's a huge history about the internet. I also forgot to mention, these paintings right here are basically just a reference to Sticker Star. Sorry about any noise you hear. Anyway, we're gonna go open back up here, and we're gonna head back to floor 3. This is where possibly the toad's gonna come back and want his little mattresses. I'll show him where those are in a minute. But right now, we gotta see if he's cleaning up at the moment. If he's cleaning up, then, not to fear, when we come back again, it shouldn't be a huge issue. Okay, that's not right. Anyways, let's head back to 302. This is where we're gonna find the nerd ghost. Basically, what you gotta really do is just go to 302, pretty much hit your hammer on the bed. It'll slide over and you'll find a hole. This will lead you to 202, which is inaccessible unless you find this part. This is where Ghost is trying to look for something. So we gotta pretty much find the Ghost's glasses, but he already has one. And all you gotta do is just hit him, and there we go. And he tries to act cool. Good for Toad. Now, all we need to do is just kind of wait for a little bit, because when the bell rings, this is when we're gonna be able to do things. But at the moment, we need to head down, because I think we have to access a cutscene in order for something else to happen. So that Toad that's in room 301, which is supposed to cause havoc, has already caused havoc. So my guess is that we're supposed to come down here, and a cutscene is possibly supposed to play. But I'm just gonna access that room. We're gonna need it later, as for room 301 is accessible. And this Toad heads to room 301. And I'm sorry this is feeling like it's taking so long. I wish I could find something better to do, but no, I can't. Now, he heads to room, I believe 301, and this is where things get havocy. This is where he's gonna clean up for a little while. Then we gotta wait until he makes a mess of it again, or more or less gets angry. This is when we'll find the Ghost Toad that does all this. And we'll find out a little bit of a few things, and we can get on to where we're supposed to be. So we're gonna have to wait a little while. So when the second bell rings, I'll be right with you guys. Well, actually the first bell, if you know when it goes to 1 o'clock. Now, when you're back at the grandfather clock, you might see this Toad like it's a call, although they can't hear anything because it's a ghost. Now, what we're gonna do is head to room 3, well, floor 3, room 301. I cannot speak today. Anyway, we're gonna walk all the way over here to 301, and this is where we're gonna find this magnificent ghost Toad that's pretty much mad. When we find a moving phone, this is where we're gonna need to find something. Okay. We need sheets, new sheets. So this is where we had to head back to floor 1 and head down those stairs where those shy guys were. So let's go and get them. Now we're gonna head down these stairs, and this is where the shy guys disappear. Now I'm just cover some of this a little bit because I don't like color. I love color actually. I just don't like seeing no color. This is where the sheet can poke at, and this is where we're gonna find a huge amount of shy guys. I kind of recommend having a big item for this. Now we're gonna go and figure out a way to beat them. I'm not sure. I'll be right back in a minute. Now all we gotta do is just collect everything from here and grab the sheet. I'll meet you back at floor 3. Now that we're here, all we gotta basically do is just talk to the Toad again and give it the sheet, and now all we gotta do is now just pull in that. Just gotta pull the sheets off and put the sheets on. And Mario does a magic trick, so that's good enough. Now we got all the Toads. Now, last Toad is here when you go to room 303. And you'll find this cage that's pretty much empty. What we got to do is now paint it. As now this Toad is missing his little birdie. And all that's simple is we just gotta paint the cage and head outside. So all we gotta basically do is just head back to where we fought those enemies, in which, well, the huge hammer bro. So we're gonna head all the way down there, and I pressed the wrong button because I ain't dumb. Anyway, we're gonna head to the first floor. And then we're gonna be heading all the way over here to the right, just like we remember, hopefully. And the bird seed. Now all we need to do is talk to the butler, which I believe he's a butler, and we put down the bird cage. And it actually goes in the bird cage. Well, that was paranormally weird, but there we go. Now we got a caged bird. Caged bird. Remember, it's a quote-unquote bird. Then we come back here to 303, and finally give this guy his birdie. Now we gotta head all the way downstairs. But that's not it. They're not all angry. But now we gotta look for the teapot. So we're gonna go and talk to them and see if they found it. They appear to not know. Anonymity! Appears to be that no one has it. So now, apparently they don't know. So we're gonna go over here and find out. So they're gonna take a look and see. And that's how we get our little pink star. And we stopped time from being, I guess, worse. And that's how you complete Little Boar Park. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.